if you wanted a video by Jesse Lee Peterson that like truly made you say, "What the fuck?" I think this is it.
Should I ask you guys this or not? Should I or not? Y'all might embarrass me. You know, I can ask. We had an amazing women's forum last night, and this is a question for you, Joel, even though I'm afraid to.
What's the spirit telling you, Jesse? What's the
No.
The spirit telling me to be still and know. So we had a women's forum last night, and one of the things that came up, we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. The ladies brought up that you know how we were talking about oral sex on the radio, and I was saying that men should not be doing that because it's like eating out of a trash can.
Wow. Okay, we're 44 seconds in, and incel Uncle Ruckus, Jesse Lee Peterson, has said some shit. Giving oral to a woman is the same as eating out of a trash can.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We can't forget.
I'll never forget
You
that.
have the dirt coming out, blood, other people say stuff.
Yeah.
Whoa. Dirt? Dirt doesn't come out of a vagina. Blood, yes, when they're on their period. Other people's sex stuff is, did he, like, eat out somebody's cream pie and had a bad experience, and now he's, like, against giving oral?
Disease. Y'all eat it out. Well, not y'all, but y'all men are doing that, and it's gross.
Uh-huh.
The lady said that to help women, I need to mention that a lot of women are now doing oral sex to men, but not oral. Do they call oral sex men stuff when the women do it to the men?
Yeah,
Yeah.
either way, I think it is.
I had to
Other things too, but
I had to correct you. It's not now doing. This is not now doing. This has been
Oh,
around
a
for a
while.
long time.
oh, wow.
Yeah, fellatio has been around since pretty much the beginning of humanity. This guy, Jesse Lee Peterson, is showing right here he has not had sex since he knocked up his 19-year-old girlfriend when they were dating long ago. This is quite hilarious.
Oh, and so I
Not
was,
new.
and so I asked the ladies were there men and women that knew about this, and I was stunned at the answer. I thought it was like a slut thing.
It
There's
is.
a lot of sluts out there, Jesse.
I didn't know normal women did that to men.
Yep. People like to give each other oral. That's something that happens. You know why? Because it feels good. Jesse is disproving that he does not know how to have sex, and this is probably why he does not have a good relationship with women.
Most women are sluts these days.
And y'all knew that normal women were doing that to men as men are doing that to women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was normal.
Yeah, in high
Yeah.
school, they would say, like, well, not in high school, but some of my high school friends would say, they would say, I'm Christian, I won't have sex with you, but I will that.
What's the name for it?
Well, there's various names, but
Is there a
it's
decent name that we can mention on the
No.
radio? Oh, there's not a
Well,
decent
just-
name.
I mean, you already mentioned just oral sex,
Or
like,
is it-
Yeah.
using your
it's the
mouth.
most basic.
Oh, it's the same thing with a woman doing it to a man
Right.
called oral sex?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not specific to
Oh,
either,
I got you.
either or. It's
They actually have to educate Jesse Lee Peterson on what oral sex is. Yes, when men do it to women and women do it to men do it to men, women do it to women, it's called the same thing, oral sex, because you're using your mouth.
I didn't know it was so popular. I didn't know normal women do it. I knew sluts do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting how he's differentiating between uh quote unquote normal women and sluts, claiming that normal women he didn't think, gave oral, which pretty much all people give oral. I mean, there's some that aren't, into it, but for the most part, most people enjoy it. Um, he may have grown up in a really sheltered household, but that does not mean that others were not enjoying themselves.
When I was growing up, that was unheard of for black people. Now I
In
remember
the South, not in the city.
Yeah.
The
Well,
city had to
The
be
city is
different.
Scandalous.
with the blacks.
I bet.
Most.
I bet you do bet.
Most people.
I bet.
Because the cities are so degenerate.
Oh, I remember when I was a teen.
Right, because the cities are so full of black people, that they're just naturally, full of degenerates because it's black people.
Teenager, my uncles used to go during the summer. They would go to Florida to work in the orange fields or whatever they did, or New York, and they would come back and they would talk about how white people were doing that kind of stuff, and we would all kind of laugh about it. Oh, white people.
Ooh, so, your uncle was talking about some first-hand experience with some white guys? Quite interesting.
People nasty. Because it was unheard of. And no way a black woman would do that or let that be done to her, and no way a black man would do that. Now
Right, because Jesse Lee Peterson gets to speak for all black people.
it's the thing to do.
Yes.
That is so crazy. And lady, what?
I would say it's a perversion. So the worse you get pervertedly, the more you do.
Say no more, Joel.
And yet,
Man, I cannot imagine these people stumbling upon the kink community. Their minds would explode.
like, you know how I went to Christian college?
Christian college.
So-called Christian college.
Yeah.
One of the teachers said that according to the Bible, no Christian would be doing that, or something like that.
No, once
If you were following the Bible,
even
you
if
wouldn't be
you were
doing
doing it in your father's state, once you're born again of God, there's no way you do that.
that. Right.
Where in the Bible does it say that giving oral is against God's law? That is quite hilarious to hear. They're so into controlling people's sex lives that they're even going to claim that giving oral goes against Christianity. I mean, just because you're so tied up on giving oral sex does not mean that it actually goes against said religion. There is actually nowhere in the Bible does it say anything about that.
It would be impossible because it's so gross. You can see it just makes your stomach hurt. It's so gross.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to ask you guys, have you ever had that done? But isn't that gross for a woman to do that to a man?
I don't know how you trust them.
No, the man could be.
I don't know how you trust them. Wow. These people are so paranoid of women that they can't even enjoy oral sex. That is something crazy.
Diseased, could just finish with another woman, could be smelly after work. You know what I'm saying?
I think growing up, it was never a second thought whether it was bad or not. You just kind of knew that that's what was going on. You never really questioned whether, oh, she's this or he, especially if it's in a relationship. Because even people do it who are married now. Even Christians who are married, it's justified. Oh, if you're under the umbrella of marriage, you can do whatever you want. But it's still perversion.
How would your woman know you want her to do that to you?
Wow. Even Christian couples can't have oral sex because it's a perversion. So, do these people believe that sex is only for reproduction and that the male can only do penetrative sex? Because if that's the case, dude, these people will never be able to satisfy another partner.
You.
What do you mean?
Would you have to ask her to do it, or you bring her
It
head
lead
down there?
it,
How would she know?
it would lead to that.
Just it's sort of a part of the culture. Like it just is part of the routine.
It's just part of the education now.
No, I mean,
No, it's not part of the education. It's just something that happens. If somebody likes, receiving or giving, they're going to ask their partner either through body language or verbally. It's hilarious. A guy this age is asking about oral sex and how it's initiated.
yeah, kind of. Now it is. Now it is becoming part of the education.
Education.
But back then, like just the streetwise people. It was just
Do old women do that to old men too?
I mean, they may not know, but dude, everybody that likes it is giving it and receiving it.
My generation.
yeah, maybe some of them, the city dwellers and
What would we know?
stuff like that.
Ladies, don't do that. Let me just say to the ladies, do not do that. Ladies, all right? They're making a slut out of you. All right? Really, men who are making you do that don't love you at all. They just love you doing that. It's about the sex. It ain't about, they have no respect for you. They don't love you. They're going to go and make another slut do it.
I find it funny that a single guy is giving relationship advice and marriage advice when he himself knocked up a person and left them.
They hate that. And then one woman brought up, well, it's part of making a woman climax, and that's the word.
Yeah.
Right.
Any woman that's climaxing, that's the right word, right, James? I know you wouldn't know. You're a virgin. Virgin don't know anything.
Dude, they're all incels, so they know very little.
Any woman that's climaxing is becoming a man, because it's not normal for women to do that.
Whoa! That is something. Any woman that climaxes is becoming a man because it's not normal for a woman to climax. Wow. What a way to prove that you know nothing about the human body.
Right. I think it's a lie. I don't think they do that.
Oh, you don't think they do?
No.
Whoa! I think it's a lie. I don't think they do that. Whoa! Dude, these people truly know nothing about the female body or the human body. And they're just, wow, it's just crazy how they are going to act like they have like professional ideas or expert opinions when it's just ignorant people talking about shit they don't know.
You think they're pretending?
Yeah.
Really? That could be possible. You think when women act like they're
Interesting.
doing that, they're lying?
I never thought about it, but you never know.
Yeah, because they'll be making a man think he's really doing an amazing job.
Yeah. I think it feels good, but yeah, the climaxing part, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, women don't.
Wow. These people are truly something else. It's just kind of flabbergasting hearing these people saying all this stuff, especially since it's just for men.
I don't know if y'all doing that or not, but don't even try. Because if it were natural, you'd naturally do it. But the fact you're trying to make something happen, you're becoming a man.
Wow, the fact that you're trying to make something happen and not the fact that it is actually natural for men and women to climax. Man, these people, well, the fact that one went to Christian college, it's no wonder why these people have no idea what they're talking about whatsoever.
the man is turning you into a man, a fake man,
Not
but
the
a
right
man.
kind of man.
Right, not a real man, a drag queen man.
Perversion.
Yeah. So, ladies,
Degenerate.
and I'm glad that the ladies brought it to my attention so that I can warn the ladies not to do that. That is sinking low as low can go. And no man, because if you're doing that to your boyfriend, live-in, or your husband, the guy's going to believe you're doing it elsewhere too. That is
Why? Why? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Just because your partner gives you oral or climaxes does not mean they're, banging everybody else. Now, that can depend on the type of relationship you have. You could have an open relationship or a poly relationship where, you know, people are, open to having friends with benefits or something, but that does not mean that everybody is doing that. There are a lot of monogamous people, and majority of the times, people are staying within the relationship.
is low. Don't do it, ladies. All right. If a man want you to do that, go home. Just say no, no, thank you. I'm out of here, you dirty man. Right?
It should go without saying that you don't even have to say that. You know what I mean?
Well, if you think if a
Wow, lady. So, if a guy offers to go down on you, your boyfriend or whoever, tell them no, because that is evil, and that means he's eating out of a trash can. And you don't want your loved one to be eating out of a trash can, do you?
we
Because-
talked about it. Oh, go ahead.
Because that woman who called you your show yesterday, saying, "Oh, I know you always talk down about the women, and women shouldn't remarry, but the men can do whatever they want." But you never say that.
I know, I
If
tell the
anything,
men
you
not
say
to.
the opposite.
Right.
And what you say to the men also applies to the women.
Absolutely. It really does.
For the most part, what he says does not apply equally on both sides. Right here, they're just trying to save a little bit of face.
It's just that men supposed to lead the way. If the men were decent men, they wouldn't bring the woman to that, to make
Right.
her sink that low because the women are subject to the men.
But
Right.
stuff doesn't go without saying. It's kind of good to make it explicit.
Sometimes it makes your skin crawl. I mean,
But I didn't mean explicit like that.
Oh.
But sometimes you have to point it out, not to
Yeah,
do it.
we haven't forgotten that episode of the show. No, but you would think that if the girl was receiving it, she would do it in the other way too. It's not a shock.
Why would you think that?
Because if she's allowing that to happen, she's doing it. If she's that low to allow it,
Oh.
she's doing it.
Right.
Wow, if she's that low to allow it, she's doing it. Again, they were saying women who enjoy receiving oral sex are bad people, which means that they will be giving oral sex to men, which also equates to them being bad people.
Oh, she's doing it.
I just think she go and kiss somebody else in the mouth after you just finished with you.
Being a slut is normal these days, Jesse.
Should I?
Yes. Being a slut is normal these days. Now, what is normal these days is being able to enjoy sex without feeling ashamed for the enjoyment by judgmental incels like these types of people.